Hello everybody, just Apollo here bringing you some unofficial, vaguely discussed with Splice and the other guests you have been seeing on the show, or will be seeing soon if you have not. Things are changing a little bit in just the I guess our schedule of what's produced, and particularly my schedule, which is mostly what I'll be talking about. First, the biggest thing, as you've noticed with on the Rain Slick Precipice of Darkness, if I remember the name correctly, we have a guest, and we're going to be doing more of that with another guest. I think it's a retro game series. It's either a retro or indie game series. I'm rather out of the loop right now, as busy as I've been. That will be with Splice and a second guest with whom I do not believe you have seen before. Somebody you've not seen. Those will probably be on Tuesdays and Thursdays, the either indie or retro. I'm pretty sure it's retro game series, because that's something that Splice has been talking about for years and years, so it would seem anyway. Which it'll be awesome, because both Splice and his to-be guest, who I do not know the screen name for, are both very knowledgeable about that kind of thing, and they really love older retro games, things that are considered retro games, and just older games. They really enjoy them, and they're very knowledgeable, so you guys will get some really cool insight, information, and just content from them, because that's something they really enjoy. So that'll be great. That's as it's been discussed so far, is going to be a 2-day-a-week thing. Most likely, I think it was Tuesdays and Thursdays, or is Mondays and Thursdays? Again, this is all a lot of unofficial stuff, but for the sake of talking about things that are going to change with some unofficial knowledge, I figured I might as well go ahead. My schedule will be primarily a Wednesday-Friday thing. Wednesdays will be things like Penumbra, other horror games, at least for the time being, until I finish Penumbra Overture. I will most likely, most definitely, at least eventually, be doing the whole Penumbra trilogy. Timing for that it'll happen when it does. I'm going to do my best to finish Penumbra within the next... By the time I'm going on break, I want to have it done by then, so that I can kind of leave for break with a lot of things just like neat and tidy finished up. Another thing that I want to start doing, and to give you guys a little hint, the first one is going to be with Dishonored. Something I want to start doing is our in-depth game reviews, not just a little article saying this is what I liked about this game, this is why I think it's good, these are the things that I may have wanted in a different way and all that, but actually take the time to write that article about the game and all its many of its different aspects, from its control scheme to its graphics to its story to whatever. But at the same with that, to give it to make it a medium that people can more easily access. Maybe you don't want to read an article. Maybe that doesn't give you a good impression of a game. Maybe seeing it and then hearing somebody at the same time talk about what's going on and why things are going on the way they're going on in whatever particular screen capture you may be watching with a video. So, take my word on this, because I've been having... For being a technical person, I am having more technical difficulties with my recording setup than I've had since ever, it seems like to me. There are ways I can theoretically get around this, but in some cases, in the case of Dishonored recording at all the highest settings, my computer, I have an i7, but it's a first generation i7, so could be better. But basically, I've been having a lot of technical difficulties with getting good recordings and that kind of thing, but that will hopefully be changing, or at least I can work with that. But possibly this Friday, and if not, definitely next week, there will be such a review for Dishonored. Great game, published by Bethesda, made by Arcane Studios, and I just wanted to plug that a little bit, maybe get you excited if you haven't played Dishonored, or if you did, and you're curious to know what I think about it, or just like get another opinion on it, or another view. So that will be coming either this Friday, or most definitely by next Friday. I have more free time over the next week or so than I have in recent weeks, so that'll be great. And that's something that I really enjoyed writing. The article that I guess the write-up of the game that I wrote for Dishonored, the script, I guess you could say. I really enjoyed that, and it gave me the opportunity to really look at that game, because I beat it in 2 days. I marathoned the shit out of it in 2 days and started a second playthrough almost immediately after. So it gave me an opportunity to play the game all the way through in 2 days, and then spend the preceding 2 to 3 days writing about that experience and why I liked it and why I think personally Dishonored is such a great game. But I'm not going to go too much into that right now because that's not the point of this. But that's something I want to continue. So I'm definitely taking suggestions for games to play through, beat, and give this kind of review. And I may also just pick games that I know I like, play through them again, or at least something I played through recently, and do a similar review for that. You know, show you some of the things that I liked and didn't like, talk about those things. But it's not something sounds cool. Feel free to give suggestions. I may or may not take them. I probably will, at least for the beginning, just to give myself maybe some stuff I haven't played before to work with, because those are more fun. You do a playthrough, you talk about it, and you kind of get the best, most raw opinion when you do it like that. At least that's what I got with Dishonored. It was great. I think there was another thing I was going to say. Oh, and this is college is a busy place, as many of you may know, but the Namelesspixel Tekkit server, it does currently exist on the internet. Yes, it does. It most certainly does. However, the original plan was for the Pixels, mainly Cow, Splice, and myself, to do a bunch of setup on that, build some towns and all these other things, before letting people on it. That may or may not happen due to being busy, but please let us know if you're interested in playing on a Tekkit server, because it exists. It is right now on this thing this thing over here. That computer is a server. That's a server. It is currently running. It has a dedicated process right now to the Tekkit server. So, we'll figure that out. If you want to play, just let me know, because it's there. It would be cool if people use it. It'd be fun. And last, but certainly not least, that was everything. So, I'm going to leave you to it. Apollo signing off. Good news for everybody involved. New schedule, new people, new shows. Oh, there was one last thing. So, as a result of being a busy Bob, as I think I previously said that in the episode, that may have been something else. But I will be taking slightly more of a back-end role, at least for the time being. There are always things to do to a website to make it better, make it faster, make it prettier, whatever. Just make it work better for people. So and then working on reviews, playing games and working on reviews that may take longer. So most likely to Splice's dismay, as this is, most likely to Splice's dismay, my content will be minimal, but I will do my very best to keep it consistent with the Wednesdays and at least every other Friday. For the time being, while I am busy as all patootie, and having all of these technical difficulties, and I'm working on at least the reviews, something that I want to spend a lot of time on and really flesh out before putting it out there, so that it gives some valuable opinions. But now, I think that is everything. I think that was good English, and I think I'm going to go nom on some noms. So, Paul signing off, and I will see all ye wonderful people over the tubes, in the tubes, and around the tubes another time.